Hello viewers, welcome to Go Freelancer tutorial. So we are so far seeing Angular JS2 tutorial. So we are trying to build the application of heroes to manage the heroes. So these are all the display of the heroes in the list format, and we have the details of this. So we created a lot of stuffs in it. So just to go through my previous tutorial to get what we are doing. So here today I going to show you how to create the service in my application. So last session we discussed how to create the multiple components. So here I have two components which already which we built. This is one is the listings and one is the details. For details and listings we created the two components. So please go through my previous session. So now these are all the data which is hard coded inside my app.component, but actually it is not a right place to declare the data inside the components, because if I want to reuse this data to multiple component, it will be very tough. For that, Angular 2 introduced the concept called services. So services helps you to expose the data which you want to provide to the different components. So I going to create now the services from in the services I put my data. So from there I will import those services into my component. Okay, so last session, we just created our strongly typed model class into my app component. So I just removed because it's not a place to use it. So component only have the decorator of a component. So let's go and create one more services. Okay, so inside my app, okay, I just create hero dot service hero.service.ts file. Okay, so it's generated me. So I just close all other stuffs, so because my page is getting increased. Okay, so here this is the page. So I am declaring the services with the dot services as a naming convention. So if you see here, so sorry, the component I declared with the dot component and module dot module. So now the services which I introduced in this session, which is mentioned in dot services. So okay, services normally helps you to declare the data which you can expose to the multiple components. Okay, so for that there is a one method called injectable. So injectable, so with the injectable method, it is a decorator of the service class. It will helps you to expose the data. So let's go and import that from the core library. Okay, so I imported the function called injectable, and I just double as a metadata and export. Okay, so I exporting the class hero service with a meta of injectable. So this helps me to just expose the data. So this is an it is considered like a attribute, meta attribute. So I will explain you a bit this detail. Okay, a injectable is considered as a decorator in the TypeScript. So it will helps it will tells TypeScript to inject some dependency into your component or wherever you calling this service. So injectable generally it helps to inject some data to the other services. It is like a dependency injection kind of. So this helps you to inject the data into across your application. Currently we don't have any method to inject. Yes, sure, we will add that. So this will helps you to ensure the consistency and the future proofing. So let's go on to declare one method. Okay, so I'll uh, just okay get heroes with a type void. Okay, so let it be like that. So now in my hero service I have a method called get heroes. So this will helps me uh, to get the details. It is like the service. Now it is like act like a service. So this will if you once we call the get heroes, so it will go on the map my real data. So where is my real data? So this is my real data, which I go on to keep it in a separate files. Okay, something like heroes dot ts. Okay, just take this copy. Okay, I put it over here. And I remove from the component. So now this is the empty method get heroes with the void. So now I going to return my heroes. First what I going to do, I going to import my data. Import heroes into my service. Okay, from dot heroes. Okay, the same name, it's not finding my data. Let's go and edit with okay something like mock MOCK. Okay, there is no export members. Just to go and export the data. Okay, just to save this. So this array we are exporting. Okay, now everything is fine. So now what I going to do, I going to write the logic over here. Once I call this get heroes into my component, it should get my result. Okay, here I going to introduce the word called promise. So what is a promise actually? So promise is a ES 2015 feature of the JavaScript. So this will helps you to call the asynchronous work which is run from the services. So once that result is ready, it will go and get the data in the callback function. So for that we are using the promises. So if you want in a detail of promises, so just go through the ES 2015 feature, you will get a better idea of promise. So I am going to use that. So here my return type is the list of array. Okay, promise return hero list. Okay, So here I need to return my heroes data. Return promise dot resolve heroes. Once the data is ready, the promise will make sure that it will apply. Okay, hero, it's getting error because it's a type hero, so I forgot to add a type. Okay, so what I done, I'll explain it shortly. So it's a bit confusion which I tried from earlier. So I try to create the service to express the data. So now my service is totally a dependency injection. It's like IOC process. So for that I need used injectable variable to do such a operation. So injectable, what it will helps is so it will do asynchronously fetch the data and it will inject the data. It will be more faster than if you call the synchronizes process. So what it will do is it will go and asynchronously it will go and get the my data, and it will once the data is ready it will go and apply that data in a callback function. So for the callback function, how the data is ready, asynchronous data is ready, and when to call, that will handled by the promise. So promise helps you to, it will promise you that once the data is ready, whether the result or an error, once it is done from the asynchronous, it will go and uh, just put into the callback function. So once the data is ready, it will place your data. So that is why the promise it will helps you. So now I have the hero services. Here I have the method called get heroes. So get heroes have the return type a hero. Okay, so this will resolve me the heroes data. Once the asynchronous data, it will result and it will get me the hero. Okay, now my service is ready. So now I have some works with component. So component, normally we added the synchronous data which constant variable, but here I going to do some different operations. So here the data which I am loading here is on the initialization of my component only, it should load. So I going to write one function called on initialization on int. So on int it will helps you once the app component is initialized, it's load, it will go and collect the data. So let's go and write the function. So here it's needed the data called heroes, but now it's throwing the error because the hero we moved to the different places. So now I need to call the service and get the data. This I going to explain in the part 2 of my service tutorial. Just go and try to create the services ready. So we'll see how to call this services into my component. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Please stay tuned on my next video to just complete your services tutorial.